My sister saw something like this for sale on Etsy for $120 called the Curvy board, and she asked if it was hard to make just as a Christmas present for her kids. So I took on the challenge. Now normally you do bent laminations like this with a bending form, and my experiment was to bend this without one. For the material I bought a big sheet of 3mm thick Baltic birch plywood, which I'm cutting into strips here. So I had originally tried just hooking the straps straight onto the end of the boards, but that didn't apply a lot of leverage towards the very end, and so the curve I got wasn't very satisfying. So I made these couple of blocks which kind of extend the board, and that hopefully will give me more leverage towards the end of it. See what kind of curve I'm going to get this time. Well, it's still not circular, but much closer to the circular curve that I drew before. So I will only be gluing together 3 layers this time. If this is a success, I will add the other 3 layers. Ha! We woodworkers aren't clamp collectors for nothing. That's holding shape moderately well. I still need to add the other 3 layers. Oh boy, this glue is already starting to dry on here. Man, oh man, this is the biggest glue up I've ever done. I'm skeptical as to whether this whole thing is actually going to come together. So you get a center mark right here. I'm just going to force that aligned. So you'll notice that it's straightening out a little bit as I do this, and that's actually useful in a way, because I will bend that curvature back on, and in the process of doing so, that forces the layers together. Let me explain that with the help of some literature. So pretend that this book was a bent lamination, and if I securely hold them on either end, as I increase the curvature, that forces the pages to be pressed together because there's compression on the inside which pushes it outwards and tension on the outside. Those layers did not contact as well as I had hoped. So some clamps are in order. Believe it or not, I still have clamps left over. So let's see how much it springs back by. Well, not very much at all, that's good. With 6 layers, you don't get that much spring back. So I've got a few spots on here, right here and here, where at least on the edge it didn't fully bond. Hopefully it'll still be okay. So bent laminations like this are particularly vulnerable when you're trying to bend them straight, because that pulls the laminates apart. So let's see how this one does. Well, better than I thought it would. So what to do with this? Well, I guess it's up to the kids' imagination. My nephews don't get to watch a lot of TV, so have their imagination intact.